Action Track of the East. Here we are at the end of the season. This is our last Saturday night race. Our next big race is October the 10th.
We're pleased to have Dale Quarley with us tonight. Dale, we want to thank you for taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule to spend a few minutes with us.
Thank you.
We know you're a superbike racer, and we want to ask you a few questions about what brought you into stock car racing.
Okay. I can probably answer that pretty simply. That years ago when I started racing, I started in the go-karts, and my father actually owned the go-kart mini bike shop. And as time progressed, you know, we were winning national championships in the karts and running all over the country. I wanted to do something else and move on. I really wanted to run the cars, but at the time I couldn't really afford it. So I decided to go motorcycle racing. It's something I can afford, and paid to win races. It just, you know, one thing led to another, and at the end of 3 years I was number 7 in the country. You know, so at that point you kind of couldn't get out, and I've been in it ever since.
All right, now with all the success you've enjoyed in motorcycle racing, why would you choose now, at the top of your superbike career, to come into stock car racing?
You know, I think one of the reasons is that over time I've kind of showed people that as a privateer, someone trying to do it on their own, that you can be competitive against the full factory machines. We won a national superbike race this year, and you know, we've got a nice looking truck and hauler and motorcycle team that, while I'm on the peak of my career and have tons of media attention, what I wanted to be able to do is move over into the cars, because I knew I'd be able to sign up sponsors a lot easier while you're on top. You know, when you're doing good, people want to help. When you're doing bad, nobody wants to help. So while I'm doing good, I'm trying to move over.
Okay, then now you kind of robbed me out of my next question, because I was going to ask you if it was easy to get sponsorship coming over to bikes.
You know what has helped me here at Seekonk is, you know, we've got two to three primary sponsors right now. We have Everett's Auto Parts in Brockton, Mass. We have Peterson Machine right here in Stoughton, and we have the team itself, which is the New England Racing Team. You know, what has happened is, because we're a top-running team, and the sponsors knew that we'd show up at the racetrack and present ourselves in a respectable fashion and be able to be competitive on the racetrack, that they wanted to sign up with us. You know, I didn't have to talk them into it. All they had to do was present them a package, and they said yes.
Okay, now has the Quarley name helped you in your transition as far as getting along with your fellow drivers, the officials, the fans?
I think what kind of happens is some of these questions are hard to answer in a small phrase, but what kind of happens in that case is, yes, I do have a decent name. You know, I'm known in the motorcycles as being real aggressive. You know what I mean? I think nothing of pushing on somebody body to body at 180 miles an hour. You know, so kind of what has happened is, when I came to the race cars, everybody here knows that yes, you can drive motorcycles, but the first week I showed up in the car, I mean, not only did I have a hard time driving it, but the car didn't handle either. So the drivers almost want to noose you, because, oh, you're this big hero over here, but you're terrible over here. You know what I mean? So on one aspect, it hurts you. But on the other aspect, a couple of weeks later, we started to get our act together. And because of that, now it seems that the drivers know that they can run side by side with you. They're not worried about it. Even though you're only 3 or 4 weeks old in the race car, they know that you've been racing for 10 years, you know, competitively. So at this point, you know, I think anyone here in the pits will run with me side by side.
Okay, now you've stated all along that you still consider yourself a rookie in stock car racing. How long have you been racing stock cars?
Well, I rented my first stock car off of Robbie Crouch's dad, Clarence, in 1986. I think I drove 3 ACT races for him that year. That was 86. I bought a car off of Dick Trickle in 1988. I think we ran that 13 times between 88 and 89, but then we got back out, and I didn't get back in until halfway through this year, which is 93, and into the New England Racing Team in our Ford Thunderbird. So I basically probably have 20 shows in my life.
So you really are a rookie.
Yeah.
Now, there are major differences between motorcycle racing and stock cars. Could you explain some of them, and also what do you find to be the biggest difference to you personally, the biggest adjustment you've had to make?
I would say it's basically this simple. When I'm riding the motorcycles, I've been in it for years, so I know how to make the motorcycle handle, and I know that within 2 laps, no, it's not right, and I can come in and fix it. And I'm what makes the motorcycle team really be competitive against the factories, because I'm really good with suspension and knowing, what to make the motorcycle do. But in the car, I don't know any of that. If the car's loose, I can't come in and say, hey, it needs a spring, it needs a panner, it needs a stagger. I just have to tell the crew chief and let him do it. So that's one problem I have. On the other instance, with the race car, the motorcycles go so much faster that my level of thought is much higher than I think most of the racers here at Seekonk. That when I'm in the race car, everything feels real slow. So because of that, I can come in and tell the crew chief, John McKenna, what is going on with the car in more detail than he even wants to hear. And I think that on the flip side of that, the hard part of the race car is when you're in the motorcycle, it's not handled right. You can do body English to make it right. You can put more weight on the front, or more weight on the rear, or left or right. You can move your body around and move, 100 pounds in all 4 directions. When you're in the car, you're strapped in. All you can do is a little footwork, but you might gain 3 to 4% with footwork. You're not going to gain 20%. When the car's out to lunch, you can't make it even competitive. It just, you can't do that much footwork. Even Dale Earnhardt can't do that much footwork,
Okay, now you're kind of reading my mind too, because my next question was race speeds in excess of 200 miles an hour in race courses all over the world.
Yeah.
Now you're at a quarter-mile racetrack where you're doing speeds less than that. Does it feel like you're racing, and what is the difference as far as the feel of the race?
One of the differences is, it's pretty easy to figure that the motorcycle is 3 feet wide. The car is 7 feet wide. So even though on a motorcycle track, let's take a place like Daytona, we go over start-finish line 172 miles an hour. We average like 105 miles an hour at Daytona. But the racetrack is 70 feet wide. Well, I'm only using 3 feet of it. So you get 3 or 4 of us side by side. It's no big deal. We're still only using 7 feet of a 70-foot racetrack, So it's really no big deal. There's plenty of room to kind of jockey yourselves around. But here at Seekonk, the racetrack's 40 feet wide. The cars are 7 feet wide. And you get 2 cars side by side. They're really about 8 by the time you do the rub rails. You get 2 cars side by side. There's not that much room left. That's the hard part about the car racing here. And as far as the speed goes, yes, the speed is a little slower, but on the motorcycles, just like when you watch on TV, the motorcycles are, 2 or 3 guys are running up front. Then there's 3 or 4 guys, maybe 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, a gap, and, some more guys, and then the rest of the pack. At Seekonk and at all the stock car tracks, there's only 2 tenths between 24th and 1st. So even if you're running good, you still have 10 guys ahead of you, 10 guys behind you, and as you move up, there's 9 guys ahead of you, but that just puts more guys behind you, and then, they're always right there. So you mess up on the motorcycle, you might breeze off the racetrack or overshoot a turn a little, and you mess up here, there's 20 guys ready to kill you. That's the hard part, knowing that even though the terminal speed is slower, the sensation of racing isn't. There's more things happening here.
Okay, Dale, you have your motorcycle reputation, and I'm sure you could get sponsors and race just about anywhere you wanted to. Why would you choose a quarter-mile facility like Seekonk Speedway to come to race?
Like I had mentioned earlier, in '88 we bought the race car from Dick Tricko, and I didn't think it was going to be that hard to learn setup. I'm real good at suspension. You can basically explain anything to me once, and I understand it, and I know it, except for going to school, forget that. But anything but that. You're going to explain it once, and I can do it. That I thought I was going to be able to buy the car and within a few weeks have a grasp at least to be able to qualify for every show and have a decent run in it. Little did I know, there's 1,000 combinations you have to learn, and it changes. The weather changes 10 degrees, and those 1,000 combinations get thrown out the window, and there's another 1,000. So because of that, I had to stop for a little while, and I decided my best way to learn would be find a good local racetrack with Seekonk is actually one of the best on the Northeast. Find a good local racetrack. They had a good fan turnout. Was fans come press, which is, you know, what I'm looking for. And then I'd be able to run the same racetrack week in, week out, have a good day, have a good night, go home and be able to work on it. You know, and one thing that Seekonk does that's much superior to other racetracks is they have Thursday practice days. You know, they might not be every week, but they're every couple of weeks. And for someone like me, I mean, it's just golden to be able to come here with no major pressure, nobody else out there, and just try whatever you want. You know, if I sing it into the turn so hard that it doesn't even begin the turn, so what? There's not 20 guys out there ready to kill me. And I can really find the extremes of, you know, the race car.
Okay, now, you've raced 4 wheels and 2 wheels. What is the difference in your approach for the race? What is the difference in your mental approach and your physical approach to how you prepare for a race?
You know, as far as mindset goes, which would be how I word it, I basically look at it like this. You can only do what you can do. I don't care who you are. You can only do the best you can do on that night. Even Earnhardt doesn't qualify on pole every week. So all I do when I sit in the race car is just say to myself, okay, you're just going to go out and do the best you can do, whatever that is, and that's all I can do. You know, the crew can't yell at me because I didn't qualify, because I did the best I could do. You know, and there's other nights where I shouldn't have qualified, that I end up finishing 2nd or 3rd in the heat from starting 15th. I just did the best I could do on any given night, and that's all they can ask me.
Okay, a few minutes ago you mentioned that your first race was a horrible race. The car was out for lunch. You weren't very familiar with the track. How did you feel after that race? And what has made the difference in your tremendous
When I got out of the car, I was actually smiling because I loved it. You know, I love driving the race car. I love racing. I'd race tricycles if I could. When I got out of the race car, I was happy. I was happy because I took a 2-year layoff. We showed up Saturday night with a brand new race car from front to rear. And at the end of the night, we qualified. Not only did we qualify, we made it through the night without an accident. So I was actually happy because of that. You know, I did the best I could do. That's all they could ask of me. And I think what the big turnaround was, what I had said before, that just, we have Thursday practices at Seekonk. The drivers, you know, like Vinny and those gentlemen are more than willing to help a rookie come up and, you know, teach them how to drive. So I went and talked to other drivers, and they explained different things they do and things not to do, which is even more important. And just between the practices and the Saturday nights and talking to the drivers and having a crew chief like John McKenna fixing the race car, between the 3 things, just every week, I mean, we kind of double what the car goes like every week. There's only 1 week since then we actually went backwards. But the following week we came back and, geez, we finished 8th from starting last, so.
Success isn't always winning on the racetrack. Sometimes it's more important to get respect from your fellow drivers, from your peers.
Yeah.
Do you believe you've attained that yet?
I don't know if I'd actually word it that I've earned their, quote, respect. I think what I have earned from the fellow drivers is the fact that they know that, yes, Dale Quarley can drive a race car. Yes, that I do know how to race, and that no, I am not going to give them an inch on the racetrack. You know, if they want it, they're going to have to earn it like everybody else. So I don't know if that would be, quote, respect yet, but I think they treat me as an honest race car driver, and if they want the spot, they're going to have to earn it, just like I would have to earn it from them.
Okay, race car drivers are always quick to point out that they're only as good as the team behind them. Can you give us a little insight into your team and your sponsors and what they've done for your efforts so far?
You know, my team is New England Racing, and they are everything. You know, I could not have done this without them. I have the sponsors, and yes, I might have the talent, but without them, I couldn't even begin to leave the garage. John McKenna is an excellent crew chief. We have the body man and his wife that come and work on it every night. They have to put a bumper on it about every week, a front one anyways. And just, you know, my mechanic Daytona Mike, those guys are everything. You know, you could not do it without them.
Who are the sponsors?
Our 2 primary sponsors would be Everett's Auto Parts in Brockton, Mass, and F.H. Peterson Machine out of Stoughton, Mass, and the team itself, New England Racing. you know, everybody is, just like we said before, I mean, that car would not leave the garage without their team.
And, one final question before we leave. What's the future hold for you? Stock cars.
You know, like everybody else, I'd like to end up running Winston Cup. You know, I'm running Winston Cup now. It's just called the American Motorcycle Association Superbike Series. I just need to move over into Winston Cup. You know, at the moment I'm down here running the Seekonk stuff, and that's helping me get that learning curve back up to the top. We've earned, you know, some respect this year, and hopefully that'll help carry me into next year. We'll get to run a couple of Busch Grand National North races. Maybe I can put together a full season for 95, and then we'll just go from there.
Dale, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Is there anything else you'd like to tell them?
No, that's
beautiful. Oh, good. You got that? Beautiful.
Awesome.
Can you get it close up? And can you get that close up at all? Can you get a zoom on that or anything?
Yeah, he has. He's got it on.
Okay. Coming around right here. Beautiful.
And I believe the street stocks are going to come out. It's Joe Cadero in car number 43 from Tiverton, Rhode Island on the pole with Dave Titus in the 68 from Attleboro as the Al Service Center, Pack Pirates, Alexander's Limo sponsored car number 68. Guy Workman in car number 80 from West Greenwich, Napa Auto Parts, Joe's Service, Taylor Motorsports, Hollister Auto, Rhode Island Drive Shaft sponsored number 80 Guy Workman. Dean Petty from Masonic and the 119, the Freetown Sand and Gravel CSA Chevy Auto Parts. With the 82 of Scott Sundin from East Douglas, the Sundin Furniture Standard Auto Wrecking sponsored automobile. The 123 is Russ Sport, 100% of this. Best buck you've ever spent. Whoa, we got debris. We got Gary Workman in the 80 out of control. As that 68 automobile and Dave Titus is working over the 43 of Joe Cadera, trying to get into the lead. Dave Titus holding his own up the outside. Cadera a little bit wide, and the yellow comes out as the 42 is in a bad spot. The 42 is in a bad spot. We got a piece of debris on the fourth turn right up against the wall. Car number 68. As Dave Titus comes around and jumps ahead of the 43, Joe Cadera. Dave Titus and Joe Cadera really battling it out this time. As the Goosebrook Chris Robbins goes around backwards, straightens out, gets going again, I think, almost. All right, the 68 has the lead. That's Dave Titus. Dave Titus in his tricolored number 68. Joe Cadera is holding down that second spot, the 119 of Dean Petty. And something just flew out of one of the cars. Looks like somebody's tax return. W-2 forms there all over the backstretch. Scott Sundin in the 82 is moving in strong. Dave Titus in the lead. Well, Joe Cadera gets out sideways and straightens out again as Scott Sundin gets under him. And he carries the 0-2 back with him as he looks to gather it back up again. As the 68 just keeps on rolling along. 2 laps to go, 2 laps to go. The 14 up almost against the fence as he's almost a lap down. Hold on. Don't get too excited now. 1 more lap to go here. As Dave Titus in the 68. Started on the pole and is going strong. Nobody's getting anywhere near him. Now the 00 of Gene Weston is putting him low. He got caught up behind the slower car and he has to get back in line. Here we come for the finish. The winner is the 68 automobile of Dave Titus. Second spot went to the 119 of Dean Petty. And I think, I'm not sure who came in second. I think Scott Sundin was in third. Things he forgot to do was take the rubbish out of the car when he got to the track because it's now all over the second turn. And one of the gentlemen that you read every week in Speedway Scene, the editor of Ron Cornell's column, is Ron Cornell.
Thank you very much, Jim. I'd like to welcome everybody out to the Seekonk Speedway tonight. Rolling out onto the track is the second street stock heat, second of 4, I believe. Starting on the pole is going to be the number 05 of Ed Plante. In second position is going to be the number 67 of Nancy Sherman. In third, we have the number 4 of Robert Cola. In fourth, it's the Okay, Ron Manfredo brings him down. It's the green flag. Mr. Plante is going into the first turn, looking for that first position. Side by side, the 05 and the 4 down the backstretch.
I don't even see her on there.
3 wide, it's the 89, the 49, and the 7, 3 wide. The 89 is getting shuffled back. He's getting up into that high groove. He can't quite cut it up there. He's getting shuffled back. That's shuffled back about 6 positions in about a half a lap. It looks like it's going to be the number 4. Looks like it's going to be the number 4 taking over the lead. We have the 97 heading for the pits. It's number 97 of James Thomas. There he goes. He gets it going. He gets it out of harm's way. This heat's going to continue. It's been a side-by-side battle out front between the 4 and the 05. Lap after lap, they're working each other over. They want that win. In the back, you've got the qualifying positions with the 99, the 49, and the 03.
Black flag was 13.
I think at the number 13, we've got the black flag. That's Ron Lum out of Randolph, Mass. He's going to have to head to the pit area and get whatever his problem is straightened out. It's the halfway point. The number 4 jumps out to the lead at the halfway point after a side-by-side battle. The 45 is working his way up front. The 13 is way off the pace. He's going to have to head to the pit area. He's been shown the black flag twice.
They can fuel that.
Sneaking something from the rear of the car. It looks like it might be fuel. We have the 89 smoking going through the turns. He looks like his right rear tire is rubbing against the fender. The 13 gets shown the black flag one more time. Ron Manfredo wants him off the speedway. 2 laps to go for the number 4. We're going to bumper up on the 3rd turn, and the caution flag is going to have to come out so we can clean up the debris.
And we got an accident over here, the 78.
They get it jumbled up over here at a nice, even, steady pace. They're going to get under power at the line, and Ron Manfredo calls them down. It's the green flag. The number 4 jumps out front, and it's the 45 diving in for the second position. It's the 45 of Scott Estrella. He started in the 11th position and is looking to take over the lead. He dives underneath the 4 of Mr. Cola. With 1 lap to go, he's going to take the lead, folks. He gets it at the line with 1 lap to go. Excellent race up front. 1 lap to go for the 45. He pulls it off down the backstretch in the lead. It's the 45 of Scott Estrella. Here he comes under the checkers. Right out sideways and across the line for the win. That's Scott Estrella out of Rehoboth, Massachusetts. An excellent run for Mr. Estrella.
Well, thank you, Ron Canal, and ready to go with the 3rd one. Well, I'm trying to get this Tootsie Roll down here. You shouldn't try to tackle the whole Tootsie Roll in between. There isn't enough time between a race. Chris Rooney from Smithfield, Rhode Island, the 108, the Columbus Doors Reds Auto Salvage Automobile, will be on the pole. Alongside of Chris is going to be Tim Acusis from Plymouth in car number 60, the South Shore Jeep and Eagle Carry Auto Fearens Auto Paint automobile. Richard Wisher from Warwick, Rhode Island in the 29 car, the R.E. Wisher Rhode Island Ambulance Michaels Towing in Narragansett, Rhode Island sponsored car. The Tim Fanara automobile, car number 15, Rumford Discount Oil A&R Racing Engines, starting at 4. Missy, 87, TSR Specialty Intent Construction. Kara Torman should be out there too. Yeah, there's Kara bringing up along too. Kara Torman from Mansfield. Ron?
Okay, it's the 108 who jumps out to
Any idea what
early
that
lead.
is?
The 69 of Roger Sisson takes a wild ride through the infield. He's going to watch and see if he's going to be able to get his automobile running again. It doesn't look like he's going to go up. You see some smoke coming out the exhaust. It looks like he's going to be able to get under the way. We've got the 29 of Richard Wisher looking to take the lead. He dives to the inside. Billy Hendrick at the 41 makes it 3 wide, slides to the turn, gains about 3 positions. If you can get hooked up on the outside here at Seekonk Speedway, that's the fast way around. There he goes, the 41, way up to the wall. Pulling up alongside of Jeffrey Waterman, we have Richard Wisher in the 29 out front. The 87 slides down through the dirt. The 41 of Billy Hendricks is now working over the rear end of the number 120 of Jeff Waterman, the 24 and the 81 tangle. Up into the wall, the 24 just stops, just bumps the wall slightly. I don't think he's going to have too much damage from that contact, although he did take a wild ride over the left front of the 87. Maybe there'll be some damage to his right front, but it's not because of his contact with the wall. He managed to get it slowed down and just tapped it. In the 120 and Kenny Morissette in the 11. And Richard Wishes bringing them all down for the green flag, and it's going to be a green flag this time around. Richard Wisher jumps right out to the lead, the 15 of Tim Fanara looking to the bottom of the 108. The 108 closes the door. They're looking to make it 3 wide as Jeffrey Waterman goes to underneath Kenny Morissette into turn 3. It's the 120 and the 11 battling it out for that 4th position. Jeffrey Waterman is getting a little bit held up, I believe, by the 15, and it looks like Kenny Morissette is going to be able to power by on the outside. Watch for the 120 to go up to the 2nd groove and follow suit. 2 laps to go for Richard Wisher.
60.
We got the 60 on the backstretch with some sort of a mechanical problem. That's Tim Augustus out of Plymouth, Mass. He's going to be heading to the pit area, I believe. He's got some sort of a mechanical problem. We got 1 lap to go for Richard Wisher. And the 108 brings her around, coming out of turn 4, faces traffic.
38 hit the wall.
38 came out of turn 4 a little heavy and tapped the wall. He's got white walls. Kenny Morissette and Jeff Waterman. Whoa, we got the caution. With, I believe, 1 lap to go, we got the caution. It's the 108. It's going to bring out the caution. It's the 108 of Chris Rooney out of
In New Bedford. Ron Chico's Speedy oil change. Speedy with a Y. Larry Only from Onlyville. Yeah, it's car number 47 from East Mansfield. JB Transmissions Juniors Auto Supply. Sponsored car number 47 will be on the pole. Gary D. Gaspari from Pawtucket in the New England Recycling Jim's Towing Precision Harley Davidson. Car number 71 will be alongside the yellow number 71. Roy LeBourne with the red and white, car number white. We have Bruce Rigo in car number 23. Where is he? He's not outside of Lewis. Dave Radcliffe from Warren, Rhode Island, the 84, looking for the green. Car number 22 is Scott Serentinsky with Keith Tripp in the 32 automobile. And the 121 of Rick Viveros with Richie Clark from Middleborough in the 31. As the green is out and we are rolling on this 4th of the Street Division heats. Remember, the points are going to run right up until the Sunday show. The points race is not going to be decided. Whoa, look out for the banging going on. We got a whole bunch hung up. Oh, the 34 into the turn. I think the 71 bumper came off and went under his wheel, and it caused a... Well, that green now.
Okay, Larry Only brings him into green. It's the 98 up alongside with Billy Manchester Jr. and the 95 in close hunt. Larry Only in the 47 gets a little bit high coming out of turn 2, but he gets it squared away, and it looks like he's going to, he brings it through turn 3 way up high. Manages to keep her off the wall. Everybody's scrambling behind him. The 09 and the 88 tangle, and the 09 finds himself sitting in the infield. That's
Tim Nesbitt.
It's Kim Nesbitt. Tim Nesbitt in the 09. I see some black smoke coming out of the exhaust. Looks like you got it fired up again. We're not going to go to yellow. The 98 goes underneath the 47. Into turn 3 at the halfway point. It's going to be the number 98 of Scott Fanning taking the lead. Billy Manchester Jr. taking over second from Larry Only. The 95 of Billy Manchester Jr. looking to the outside of the 98. 98 gets her a little squiggly and brings her through sideways, keeps her straight. Billy Manchester Jr. nice and smooth. And there's Bobby Betancourt diving in for third with Dave Radcliffe in the 84 in fourth. And here comes Scott Saradensky, last year's point champion. He's in there in the hunt, going underneath the 47. Two to go for the number 98 of Scott Fanning. Scott Saradensky gets under the 47, takes over the 5th position.
That's what you mean.
And the 98 is hanging on for dear life. He's sliding through the turns. The car's wicked loose. He's hanging on for dear life. He's dirt tracking it all the way around, but it looks like he's going to be able to maintain the lead.
As long as he doesn't heat up that inside tire, he's all right.
Dirt tracks it through. Dirt tracks it through 4 and across the line for the win. That's the number 98 of Scott Fanning out of Smithfield, Rhode Island. He's sponsored by R&R Farms. Billy Manchester Jr. second in the 90.
Moving along very quickly, we come to the first appearance of the Sportsman division here at Seekonk Speedway. On this, the Speedy Oil Change, Speedy with a Y night, as Dana Willis in car number 77 from Hanson will be on the pole. Dana sponsored by York Landscaping, Allied Auto Parts, Greg York, and Tay-Dog Racing. Alongside will be Steve Sanford in the 14 automobile from Cumberland, Commercial Heating Service Northeast Auto Recycling. Mike Silva from Warwick, Rhode Island. Car number 71, Apponaug Collision, Rocky Point Amusement Park, Quebec Industrial Boilers, and KAR basically. And the green is out. We're not too good. As Kohler goes for a hard. The 10th. We're going right up until Sunday, October the 10th, on this points race. And the green is out again, and it's very, very tight running in there. There's that 14 automobile. Grabs a little bit of the lead. Look out there, 3 deep. Dana Willis, little squirrely. The 14 car, Steve Sanford. The 71 of Mike Silva is hanging on to that second spot. 43 has decided he has to pack it in at this point in time. That's going to hurt him. Todd Henshaw in that white number 28 automobile as he appears to have everything going for him tonight. And a hassle of trouble all season long. We have 8 qualifying out of this race. As Steve Sanford in the 14, bringing him around. Dave Nascimento in the 59 is trying to stay with the action. Dave Nascimento up the outside. The 11 of Mike Hassel, right behind Nascimento. Scully and Hassel cut back in again. At the halfway mark, it's still very, very tight and a lot of racing going on out there. As Steve Sanford has the lead. Who's the 8? The big race for right now before that last qualifying position, number 8. Chad Chase is in 8. It's he and Hassel battling it out for that 8th spot. Nobody wants to be there. Henshaw keeping the 28 right on the back of the 71. Nascimento staying right alongside of Henshaw. We still have a lot of racing going on. Steve Sanford has everything his own way, well out in front of this heat with 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Well, they're 3 coming out of the turn. They were 3 deep coming out of the turn, settling back in again, doing 2 in a row. Nobody wants to be 8. With 1 lap remaining, 1 lap remaining. As the 88 automobile of Scott Anderson sitting in that bad spot. Chad Chase wants to get under Anderson and steal another spot. Coming across the line is Sanford with 71, Mike Simmons. 2 of the top point leaders. Our number 5, Corey Boudreau, and the 8 of Chad Chase did not qualify by way of the heat. Run cut up. You all done?
Okay, on the pole, we're going to have the number 9 of Paul Vaness out of Warwick, Rhode Island, Sha-Na-Na Lounge, Family Transport, Pawtucket Mill Supply, Kuhn Race Cars, Subway Sandwiches out of Warwick, sponsored that automobile. In the second field, in the third position is the number 48 of Herb Wright out of Brockton, Mass. He's brought to you by Lynch's Towing and Auto, H.A. Wright Electric, Competitive Automotive, and City Glass out of Brockton. In the fourth position is the number 32 of 10th position is the number 12 of Bobby Pellin Jr. out of Cranston, Rhode Island. In the 11th position is the 02 of Leroy Hunt. And Linwood Cohen's going to bring the field down for the green. They get on the gas at the line, it's 2 by 2, and Ron Manfredo gives him the green flag. Linwood Cohen jumps out to an early lead. Side by side is the 48, the 32. The 32 is looking to the outside of the 9 of Paul Vaness. Dives down into turn 3. And 46 brings her around, and almost everybody makes it by except the A&A Auto Parts sponsor, number 12, of Bobby Pellin Jr. Linwood Cohen brings it wide and high and across the line and dives down into turn 1 with the lead. We got Bill Goodrow. We got a yellow flag. I don't think Ron Manfredo before the line.
I don't hear it.
Nice, smooth, even pace. Paul Vaness is bringing him down with Linwood on the outside. And it's going to be a go this time. Again, Linwood Cohen jumps out a little bit to front, dives down into turn 1 with the lead. We've got Billy Goodrow in the 32 in the 3rd position with Louis Dias up on the outside alongside of the 17 of Andy Johnson. In there is young Rob Murray from Tiverton with the 08 looking to take over the 5th spot. It's a battle for the 5th spot in the 08 and the 91. Bobby Pellin Jr. creeps her in, gives the 08 a slight tap to let him know he's there. The number 32 is looking underneath Paul Vaness. Takes over that 2nd position, and Andy Johnson is looking to follow suit. He dives right under, sees the opening. The 08's right on the bumper. He wants to take over that 4th position. In the back, we got the 42 of Bobby Leclerc, who is also in the points. He wants to qualify for this race. Andy Johnson gives a little tap to Billy Goodrow, and it was just enough to bring young Billy Goodrow around and facing traffic. Well, we got the 09. I think there's going to be one more to go as Paul Vaness and Billy Goodrow. Plus car up alongside. 4 laps down. Ron Manfredo calls him down and gives him the green flag. And the 17 and the 56 going side by side through turns 1 and 2. Claude Leclerc and Louis Dias get a little bit tangled up with Claude Leclerc going high. Louis Dias makes it by for the 5th spot in the 91. They're hashing it around up front. We got Bobby Pellin Jr. looking underneath Andy Johnson. In the final qualifying spot, that's the 15 in the back, that's Kenny Bamford. He's in the final qualifying spot. Paul Vaness started at the rear. He's already passed 2 cars, looking to get by the 33. He sees that 15 of Kenny Bamford. He wants by that 15. He wants into the feature event. The battles for the 3rd position, we have the 17 and the 12 battling for that 3rd position. That's Bobby Pellin Jr. and Andy Johnson. Side by side, the 2 battle it out for that 3rd position. We have a side-by-side battle in the back also between Louis Dias and the 91 and the 48 of Herb Wright. Kenny Bamford gets tapped, finds himself.
Yeah. It's 52.
Yes,
I'm gonna say he's,
Okay, it's side by side. It's going to be the green flag. Linwood Cohen pulls it off again, jumps out to the front. Bobby Pellin Jr. looking underneath Robbie Murray. The battles for that second position. Side by side they go, down into turn 3. Here comes Claude Leclerc in the 42. This is what it's all about. Good, clean, side by side racing. Down through turns 2 and 3 again, and the 91 of Louis Dias had some sparks fly out, but he looks like he's going to be okay. It's 2 to go. Linwood finds himself loose, coming out of turn 4, gets her straightened out. Now it's a battle between the youngster and the veteran. That's Linwood Cohen and Robbie Murray in the 08. One more lap to go. It's a side-by-side battle. Linwood's a little loose coming out of the turns, but he gains on him going down the front stretch. Gives it all he's got. Here comes young Andy Johnson. Andy Johnson looking for that second position. It's going to be Rob Murray in for the win. Rob Murray plows a little, but holds her down and takes down the win. That's Rob Murray, Tiverton, Rhode Island resident. He started in the 8th position. He's sponsored by Matthew Auto Body.
I think Brian Maybaum may have been the last car across to qualify. Not sure on that. Sharon Norwood, come to the base of the tower, please. Sharon Norwood, come to the base of the tower. Oh, we want to wish our chief scorer a happy birthday again. It seems like every year we do this for Jennifer Fournier. Jenny, we've known Jen for probably 40, 45 years. Jones Trucking Club, Fantasy Sports Legend Pub, General Pest Control, R.A. de Cesare Boulevard Building, and R&R Machine. Look out for the green! There's the green, and we're racing. As the Pro Stocks head out to qualify, look out for the 23, a little bit sideways coming out of that turn. And Jimmy Wilkins very quickly fills up the hole with that number 5 car. Remember, the points race continues on in all divisions until Sunday, October the 10th. So that we move from tonight to the October the 10th to finish up the racing. The points racing will be finished up last day, Sunday, October the 10th, as Mike Cavallero, proving to be a difficult man to get by. Mike Hanito. Rich Hanito moves to the outside, tries to get around in that car number 24. Freddie Estelle in that 48 has moved very quickly up through the traffic, and he's sitting now in that 5th spot in that 48 automobile. As we're moving very, very rapidly. Now Rick Hanito has the lead. Rick Hanito has the lead. Blanchard to the outside in the 74. Dave Blanchard in that blue number 74 moves to the outside. Estelle moves to the outside, finds room, gets out there. He's going to go around Cavallero. As they get through the turns, it's Hanito in the lead, Blanchard second, Estelle in that 48 automobile. Hooked up tonight. Dion, very, very strong, and the 0 has moved in behind Estelle, coming in very, very strong. Blanchard using up a lot of the racetrack. Blanchard using both groups. Blanchard trying to decide whether he wants to go over or under Hanito. And Estelle waits his turn. Now Estelle under Blanchard. This should prove interesting because Estelle is under Blanchard, gambling that Hanito is going to be able to stay out in front of him. Because Dion could box in Estelle right at this moment. As Blanchard moves to the outside. Blanchard to the outside of Hanito. Now Estelle moves. Look out. Blanchard a little bit squirrely. Had to back out of it. Estelle keeps the pressure on underneath him. As Blanchard not handling as well in that outside groove. Dion is content to wait and see what's going to happen in front of him. Right now, it's a little too busy up there. Again, Blanchard moves to the outside of Hanito. Blanchard puts the pressure on. And he tries to get, Hanito deep into the corner and maintains that inside groove. With 2 laps remaining, this is quite a race. Blanchard still trying to close the door. Hanito says, not this time around, white flag. Hannito way out wide. Dion almost got under him. Blanchard now has a good shot. Half a lap to go. Blanchard in the lead. Let's see what happens. Out of the turn. Here's your finish. It's Blanchard, Estelle, Hannito, Dion. Up to the front. And boy, what a performance. We can look forward to quite a feature event coming up a little bit later on tonight. That, ladies and gentlemen, is your first Pro Stock heat. Ready to go with the second one.
Okay, rolling out onto the speedway is the second Pro Stock heat of the evening. On the pole, we have the number 46 of Jeff Thompson, a rookie in the division out of Somerset, Massachusetts, Viveris Insurance. 46, going to bring him down. Along him is Wayne Newman in the number 57. Side by side, it's a nice pace, and it's the green flag, and Jeff Thompson jumps out to an early lead. Norm Holden in the number 6 is in there for second. Tex Barry Jr. is hugging the bottom, pulling up alongside of the 57. Here's Norm Holden looking to the outside to pass Jeff Thompson. It's side by side out of turn 4. Side by side through turns 1 and 2. But I think Norm Holden's got enough. He boots it coming out of turn 2 and into turn 3. It's Norm Holden in the lead. Tex Barry Jr. up along outside of Jeff Thompson looking to take over that second position. In the back, we got the 99 of Wayne Dion and the 11 of Vinny Anarumo, also looking to the bottom of Wayne Newman. Wayne Newman's got some sparks coming out of his car as he enters the turn. It's a side-by-side battle. Texas got something wrong with his car in the 18, Tex Barry Jr.
It's twice he's done that.
Twice he's gone through the turns, it's sparked and it jumps to the outside groove on him. Made it through nice and clean that time. Ray Lee, the veteran competitor, looking underneath the rookie, down into turn 3. Side by side, he takes over that second position. Tex Barry Jr. is looking to follow suit. And here comes the 99 of Wayne Dion and Vinny Anarumo. Top 5 position, all top runners. Norm Holden's way out in front, got a good quarter of a track lead. Vinny Anarumo looking to the outside. He's going to look to the outside, going into turn 3 of the 99. Creeps it up alongside, but not quite. It's the halfway point. In the back, it's Bruce Gomez-Taylor on the outside of Jeff Thompson. He's looking for that 6th position in that Lenny Bolero number 3. Jeff Thompson brings her a little high and doesn't quite get out of the turn as quick, and it's Bruce Gomez-Taylor jumps out. Here comes Johnny Tripp. Johnny Tripp's looking to the outside of both Wayne Newman and Jeff Thompson, the 46 and the 57 in the rear. Jeff Thompson keeps bringing it too high out of 4. He can't keep it down. Some contacts made. Jeff Thompson makes a beautiful save, gets it completely sideways, and manages to keep it going. Norm Holden, it's all Norm Holden. That's the home service number 6, way out in front. The battle right now is for the 3rd position. Tex Barry Jr. and Wayne Dion in his Copperfields Lounge number 99. Side-by-side battle for that 3rd position. Vinny Anarumo's just sitting there looking to see what's going to happen. As soon as he sees any space at all, you can bet Vinny Anarumo is going to be in there to take it. Still a side-by-side battle for that 3rd position. It's going to be 2 laps to go this time around for Norm Holden. Got a comfortable lead. I don't think Norm's got anything to worry about, but the battle is for the 2nd position. Ray Lee hugging the bottom, just following his own groove, letting Wayne Dion work around him. Going to be 1 lap to go. Wayne Dion looking to take over that 2nd spot. That's the 33, the 99, and the 18. It's an intense battle for that 2nd position. Here comes Norm Holden for the win. Wayne Dion takes him in a little deep, but is not going to be able to pull it off. Ray Lee in the 33, 99, Tex Barry Jr.
Owner of Rhode Island Blue and Silver Bronco SK450, if that's your registration plate, and you've been wanting to stretch your legs, now's the time to do it. Because we invite you to go out and shut your lights off. Blue and Silver Bronco SK450 is the Rhode Island plate. You left your lights on. Tony Dias Jr. from Riverside will be on the pole in the Machinist Union Automotive Local 447. Okay? As we had 2 Scratches, please get off the fence, young people. Please get back. Please get back to your seats, get off the fence.
42.
I can't see them either, both. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we get a restart. Looking for the green. George Rigo bringing him around. Tony Salpietro got into a bit of a problem on the restart. As the 88, Bobby Tripp gets a little bit crossed up with Rich Paco. Now Rigo is grabbing that lead and running with it as Jeff Zeideman in the 19 is right behind him. Ooh, Martin and Ellis are going at it. Things are very narrow down the backstretch all of a sudden. George Rigo has the lead. Jeff Zeideman the 19. Keeping the pressure right on him. Bobby Tripp of the 88. Goes to the outside of Ellis. Going the hard way around. That outside groove does not appear to be that fast tonight. Tripp is now taking on Salpietro. Tripp takes on Salpietro. He's working his way up one at a time up the outside. And Zeideman keeps the pressure right on the back of Rigo. Rigo wants to impress his sponsors tonight. Speedy with a Y. And Motion Motors. Now we got them side by side down the backstretch as Zeideman's trying to figure out where to go here. What is the best course of action to try to keep that 88 behind him? Zeideman a little bit wide again. Salpietro said, I almost got room to go through. As the 88 up to the outside of Zeideman. Bobby Tripp. Now Zeideman pulls again to the outside. George Rigo sitting out in front, oblivious to all this, just staying ahead of everybody. Tripp this time went in very, very deep into the turn and takes Zeideman in the turn all the way around. Keeping Zeideman down low. Zeideman needed the little bit of an outside row to handle better, and Tripp got around him. Tripp has now taken on Rigo. The 88 takes on Rigo. Side by side through the turns. Rigo suddenly finds somebody alongside of him for the first time in the race as Salpietro. Ellis. Salpietro cuts down a tire, hits for the pits. It's Rigo and Tripp. Tripp going very, very deep into the turns with 2 laps remaining. Tripp is really pouring it on in that 88 automobile. Rigo is hanging on by the skin of his teeth as Tripp takes over the lead. Tripp staying wide, but driving hard. Starts to pull ahead of George Rigo. Car number 88. Coming around for the victory flag. It's the 88 of Bobby Tripp. George Rigo second. Y. This is the also Motion Motors located in the Speedy Oil Complex at 413 Ashley. Little single bay garage, and what a complex they've got now. It just shows you what you can do when you offer Pacheco Speedy Oil, 413 Ashley Boulevard.
The Hornet Hudson. Okay, you want to keep an eye on the 8 and the 5. They must. It's 2 by 2 at the line, and Chad brings it down at a good pace, and it's the green flag with Chad Chase jumping right out to an early lead. Diving in for second is Corey Boudreau in the number 5, as the 19, it looks like he's off the pace a little bit as Johnny Dulac dives in, takes the 3rd position. Paul Vaness is next. He's following the 19 into turn 3. That's the number 9 of Paul Vaness. He's going to look to the bottom, look to the top, find out a way around that number 19. Kenny Bamford is in a side-by-side battle. Some contact was made with the number 32. All competitors keep it straightened out, and they're on their way. Corey Bedreau looking to the outside of the 8 car. Dives into turn 3, gets it up along its back bumper. Looking up to the outside, that's Corey Bedreau. Corey Bedreau wants to win, even though it's just a consolation event. Corey Bedreau's going to go for it. Looking to the outside, we have the 15 of Kenny Banton and the 32 of Good Enough. They tangle. Good Enough finds himself side by side. They're going to come down from the green flag in this consolation event. Brakes were put on a little bit. There was a little bit of rappy tap between the bumpers, but everybody is able to keep it under control. Johnny Dulac Jr. in the 2 is looking in for a short third. And Kenny Banton Jr. gets tapped and spun around. And it's going to be another yellow. Chase brings him down. It's going to be the green flag. Another green flag for this consolation event. Chad Chase gets it a little bit high and takes over the lead going into turn 3. Johnny Dulac looks to the bottom. And it's going to be Corey Bedreau. Takes him in a little deep to the outside of Mr. Chase. Corey Bedreau's a little loose coming out of the turns, but he's got lots of horsepower on the straightaways. Johnny Dulac Jr. is just running a steady race at the bottom, looking to work underneath Corey Bedreau for that second position. It's the halfway point for Chad Chase. The Snapper Sanitation number 8 out in front at the halfway point. We got the 26 spun around. He's backed in out of harm's way. I don't know if Ron Manfredo's going to throw the caution. No, he's out of harm's way. He's going to pull it in behind the rear of the field, and the consolation continues. It's a side-by-side battle in that second position. Johnny Dulac Jr. His Chevrolet Nova is showing the way around Seekonk Speedway tonight. A beautifully prepared Chevrolet Nova for Johnny Dulac Jr. takes over the second position on Corey Bedreau. Corey Bedreau still working that outside groove. Chad Chase, I don't know if he knows what's going on behind him or not. He's just running his own race in that Snapper Sanitation, number 8. The Somerset, Mass resident in the number 8 has 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Corey Bedreau, I believe he's just going to settle for 3rd at this point. He's just going to follow Johnny Dulac Jr. Johnny Dulac Jr. came from the 5th spot. He's going to finish 2nd. It's going to be 1 lap to go this time around. Here's Corey Bedreau working that outside groove. Just can't quite pull it off. Pulls up along behind Johnny Dulac Jr., but it's going to be the number 8 of Chad Chase. Out of Somerset, Mass. Snapper Sanitation, the Power Brothers, number 8 for Chad Chase. Wins his consolation here tonight. Johnny Dulac Jr. 2nd, and...
Well, we want to welcome from the Speedy gang here tonight. We want to welcome Ron Pacheco, Manuel Silva, Miss Speedy, of course, is Karen Beebe, Tim Medeiros, John Raposa, Ron Bryan, Jay Perry, Chris Hannes, and Rob Pacheco, that's Ron's brother. All here from Ron Pacheco's Motion Motors and Speedy with a Y, Speedy Oil, 413 Ashley Boulevard in New Bedford and 470 Dartmouth Street in New Bedford. Well, I'm not going to say it. I've been requested not to say that at all, and I'll be careful, not let it slip out.
Ron just went like that to you too.
I'll be good, I promise. I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
Yeah. Skip, no, you can't hit me. Skip Potter in car number 18 and the 08 of Howie Bishop from Portsmouth and the Troy City Gas, Jade Oliver. Jamie Pavio from Fall River in the 27 and the 04 is Rich Ellis, the 25 is William Hallett, we're still going, and oh my goodness. The 33 spun out and back onto the racetrack. We got cars. Hang on. I'm being good. I can hear something dragging out there. It's making a ring-a-ning-a-ning-a-ning noise as it goes around. That's what it is. I can hear it ringing. I couldn't help it. 4 cylinders, ladies and gentlemen. Look at them go. Holy smoke! Traffic nooking and everything here. look out here. The 06 is still in the lead. That's Jeff Costa. Jeff Costa, and hold on to that 22. Now we got one stuck backwards. This may cause a bit of commotion. Yes, it definitely does. It is going to be a race and a half. And the green is out. Mike Rebello is hanging in there with that yellow number 5. Mike Rebello hanging in there and showing the way around. Dave Banville's 81 sneaking up through the traffic. Oh, way out wide the 42. And he hits the wall in backwards and frontwards. The 42. Stacy Holovac, as she hits the wall backwards and frontwards. She come out of the 4th turn very, very high. As she was trying to do some serious passing and hit the wall backwards and frontwards. She's okay. She's moving around.
And I've been trying, saying,
Is having a birthday again and again and again, and don't mention Social Security. The green comes out. The green comes out as that 15 of Mike Rubello. Again, shoots into the lead. Here comes that 81 automobile, Dave Banville. As Dave Banville has got that Volkswagen there, really turning up a bit there. Look out. And he almost touches. I think he did touch Mike Rubello. And we got 3 of them up against the fence.
Tiger Perry in the 76.
Tiger Perry.
22.
And
Yeah, you just can't put this many cars in race. So I don't know what we're going to do. Have 3 features?
There's an something there's an option anyways. We'll cut it down some.
we'll all be here. And look out for the green. We're racing again. This time that number 81 has to get behind. That number 3 car is Robbie Rose. Robbie Rose in the 3 takes over the lead. The 81 moves into 2nd spot. The 15 of Mike Rubello seemed to have a problem. He's not going the speed he was going before. Mike is having a problem because everybody is now passing him quite easily. Well, not quite, because the 06 got a little bit loose in the rear. Now the 81 has taken the lead away from Robbie Rose. Now David Banfield. And Robbie says, I wasn't expecting that. I'll be with you in a minute. 15 regains his 3rd spot, but he's doing, whoa, the number 4 goes out of control backwards. 46, number 46 stuck on the backstretch with 1 lap to go. Let's see if everybody can get by him all right. As everybody is so far now, the yellow is out. The yellow is out, so there's just no room going into that 3rd turn as the 46 hung up there. This point race is very, very tight. It'll all be decided Sunday. And coming down, Sunday the 10th, Robbie Rose gets the jump. Robbie Rose gets the jump on Dave Banville. Green, white, and checker now. It's going right down. Banville trying to take it away from Rose. Banville way out high. Can he make it through the turn that high? He can, but he loses ground. As Robbie Rose continues to lead, Banville trying to get down in there again as he went in too hard into the turn and went way high. Coming into the 3rd turn, Robbie Rose has it. Robbie Rose still in the lead. Coming out of the turn, Rose has still got it across the line. Robbie Rose brings it with Dave Banville 2nd. And the 15 out of it. Hold on to that 33. Whoa! The 03 backwards. Look out. We'll get word back from the scene momentarily. Al Rodriguez is over there with the radio.
Oh, never mind.
Never mind. What happens is that when you go in backwards, you try to go right through the seat. And the seat, of course, is a lot less forgiving than the other seat in the passenger car. It's a hard seat, and it just takes all the air right out of you as the outside tries to go inside. Bobby Rose, sponsored by Race Graphics, Ben's VW Service Able.
Here's the lineup for the second Formula 4 feature of the night. On the pole, we get the number 26 of Tom Kiefer out of Warwick, Rhode Island. The second position is the number 20 of Stan Sherman out of Lakefield, Mass. In the third position is the number 16 of Casey Hiley out of Tiverton, Rhode Island. In the fourth position, we have the number 86 of Joe Pimentel out of Jamestown, Rhode Island. Starting in the fifth position, it's going to be the number 24 of Paul Guimond out of Cumberland, Rhode Island. In the sixth position, it's number 43, Westport resident Jessica Manchester. In addition, it'll be the number 53 of Mikey Taylor out of Wakefield, Rhode Island. In the ninth position, it'll be the number 71 of James Sylvia out of... Okay, we're about ready to begin our second Formula 4 feature event, and jumping out to the lead is going to be the number 16. The green number 16 jumps right out as the 26 seemed to miss a shift or had some sort of a problem and couldn't get it up to speed. It's a side-by-side battle for the lead. In the back, they're hashing it up. 3 and 4 wide through turns 3 and 4. They all make it through. Out in front is the number 20. Out in front is the number 20 of Stan Sherman. The 43 of Jessica Manchester. Looking to take over the third position. It's the 43 of Jessica Manchester. We get the 09 sideways. The 09 sideways, and everybody makes it by that. Johnny LeComte. Johnny LeComte finds himself sideways with another competitor in this restart.
Watch that number 1 now. He's coming like crazy.
Here we go. It's going to be a green flag on the second Formula 4 feature. The number 20 jumps out in front. The Assurance Auto Sales number 1 has come from way in the back. He's worked up. He's in the 6th position.
Bobby Rotundo.
Bobby Rotundo in that number 1, that pink number 1.
Mike Walsh has passed them now.
Oh, a little bit of contact. We have the bumpers hooked up for a second between Dave Gafflick and the number 1. Dave Gafflick makes it through. We got a little bit of a tangle in turn 2. The competitors are able to straighten it out. That's the 00 and the 24. Al Marchand, he manages to get it straightened out. It's the 20 out with a big lead. Jessica Manchester holding on for that second position with the 11 of Mr. Walsh looking to take over the second position. And here comes that number 9, folks. That number 4, excuse me, Jerry Berthollet, a multi-feature winner here at Seekonk Speedway. Jerry Berthollet has worked his way from 20th starting spot. He's now running in 4th. Jerry Berthollet in that number 4 looking to take over Jessica Manchester. Could he be in for another win here at Seekonk Speedway? The 20's hanging on for dear life, but the 11 of Mr. Walsh is working his back bumper. Looks to the inside, going down to take the lead, side by side into turn 3. And the 11 is going to pull it off. That's the 11. Number 11 of Mike Walsh, also a previous feature winner here at Seekonk Speedway, takes the lead. Jerry Berthollet, though, with a fine run, started in 20th, looking to take over second spot. He's right on the bumper of the number 20. It's the halfway point.
Here come the 88. That's Kevin.
Here comes Kevin Casper in the 88. Kevin Casper in the 88 started in 21st. He's looking underneath Jerry Berthollet for that second position. It's a 3-way battle for the second position. One lap to go. One lap to go.
Neil Anderson in the 10.
Jerry Berthollet trying to hang on to second, while the number 11's out front. Can Jerry Berthollet hold it off? Here comes the 88 of Mr. Casper along the outside, coming down for that checkered flag. Casper takes her in deep. Takes her in real deep. The 11 goes wide, and it's the number 11 who pulls off the win. Looks like he just about was going to hit the wall. This is number 11 from Mike Walsh out of Warwick, Rhode Island. The owner is City Towing. He's sponsored by Power Up, Palmer Springs, City Towing, and Allen's Avenue Auto Salvage.
We gotta check on that, make sure it's official.
That's the owner of the car is Lou Rotundo, Assurance Auto Sales, Perlo's Auto Parts, Pezzulla Construction, A&A Auto Parts, Friends Auto and Family Auto all bring you the number 10 of Neil Anderson, tonight's second Formula 4 feature winner.
Hold that up high. There you go. Okay. Ron.
Hold it right there. Tell him to get away. Let's stay on this crowd. Push me around. I should have took it over them.
All set?
Man, I want to get them running.
Leading with a fly. Automobile, Bell Parts, Rhode Island Mac. Starting in 9th is the Boston Chicken number 22. I don't know if he's even out there, is he? Mike Cavallero in the 86. Ray Brown in the 04. Joe Perry in the 10. As Quarley has got the 32 in the lead. He's holding his own against Newman. Hold on to the 37. Tony Salpietro gets a little bit squirrely down there coming into that second turn. Quarley and Newman get together. It looks like Quarley cut down a tire in the incident and Salpietro loses it again. Looks like Quarley cut down a tire in that incident as he and Newman got together. All right, let's see if the green comes out. We get a green. As Manny Dias trying to get around the outside the 23 automobile. The 23 of Steve Channing. Really squirrely. Johnny Tripp appears to be able to do a little bit better right now. Johnny Tripp up there in competition and strong. Comes in behind the 9 car of Dias. 6 to qualify. Quarley trying to get up in there to be among the first 6. Quarley gets it sideways and hangs on. I think he was able to carry on.
Give that to the man.
As he caught that front again. Great driving from Quarley. And, at the halfway mark, as Quarley again cuts down a tire. He and Ray Brown had quite a battle, and they both did a fantastic job to hold on. Now later is the 57 Newman. Newman in the lead. Here goes Channing down the inside. No! Johnny Tripp going back again, back down to the inside. Trouble shooting and returning. There's Johnny Tripp sitting in that 6th spot with that number 40 automobile. He does not want to be there. Brown tries to move into that qualifying position. As now Tripp must put somebody down. It's Cavallero and Brown are qualified. Tripp is not. Tripp must pass Cavallero with 1 lap to go. Tripp puts everything into it. He wants to qualify that 40. Tripp and Cavallero side by side. There's your race, the 40 and the 87. As Tripp wants to qualify that 40 automobile. He and Cavallero out of the turn. And Johnny Tripp manages just...
Number 42 of Bobby Leclerc out of Taunton, Mass. In the 13th position will be points runner, number 11, Mike Hassel out of Warwick, Rhode Island. In the 14th position, the number 12 of Bobby Pellin Jr. out of Cranston, Rhode Island. Starting in the 15th is night feature for this division. Steve Sampert brings him down 2 by 2 at a nice even pace, and it looks like it's going to be a green flag this time around as Stevie Sampert jumps out with an early lead. Herb Wright is right there for second, with Mike Sylvia looking to take over the second position up underneath Herb Wright. Dave Nascimento in the 4th position, Dana Willis and Linwood Cohen battling it out for the 5th spot. Side by side, it's for the 5th spot, and for the lead underneath Stevie Sampert is the number 48. He dives underneath Stevie Sampert, and he's going to take the point going across the line. Top 5 positions, single file it down through turns 1 and 2, and the battle right now is in the back with number 7 and Linwood Cohen. Number 7 of Tom Scully and the 56 of Linwood Cohen are battling it out for that 7th position. Tom Scully looks underneath Louis Dias. He's got a whole car under him going into turn 3. That's the number 7. Looking to take over that 7th position. Side by side is the 71 and Dave Nascimento in the 59. 59 looking for that 3rd position. Brings her out a little bit high out of turn 4, loses a little bit of ground, but dives it back down alongside of the 71. The battle is for that 3rd position. The 71 and the 59 doing it side by side. One of these men are going to come out for the 3rd position. Stevie Sampert hanging in there nice and smooth for that 2nd spot. Tom Scully looking to work over the back of the 77 of Dana Willis. 77, the 7, the 91, and Linwood Cohen, all single pilot. Working his way on the outside of Bobby Leclerc is the number 28 of Todd Henshaw, looking to take the position away from the 42. Todd gets her a little bit squiggly, gets her slowed down, gets her up out of harm's way, and manages to stay out of everybody's way. Way out in front is the number 41 of Herb Wright. Herb Wright in the lead. 14 of Stevie Sampert. In 3rd, the 59 of David Nascimento. 42, the 42 up alongside of the 17, but can't pull it off. That's the 17 of Andy Johnson. Bobby Murray looking underneath the 17 of Andy Johnson. It's a side-by-side battle, the 17 and the 8. Who's going to take it over? The 17 takes her in deep, looking alongside of the 56 for Linwood Cohen. It's still the 48 way out in front. The 59 of Dave Nascimento works over the back bumper of Stevie Sampert, and some contact was made as Bob Leclerc goes for a wild ride, keeps it down out of harm's way. Everybody seems to get by the number 42. Number 42 is in harm's way, and the caution will have to come out. It's still the 48 of Herb Wright leading the event.
11 laps.
It's going to be a go this time around. 12 laps complete. Working on lap number 13. Watch the 48 of Herb Wright. The pressure's on. This is the best race he's run so far this year. The pressure is on. The 48 of Herb Wright. Herb Wright jumps right up to the lead. Stevie Sampert, Dave Nascimento battling side by side. Tom Scully looks underneath in that 7. Tom Scully looking underneath Stevie Sampert. It's the halfway point this time around. It's still Herb Wright out front. In the back there, you got the 11 and the 8 and the 5. That's all our point men battling for it. So far, it's Corey Bedrow out in front. The top 7 or 8 positions go single file. Nobody can find a way around anybody. In the back, it's Andy Johnson looking underneath. The 71 of Mike Sylvia. Scott Anderson follows suit, dives underneath Mikey Sylvia. Andy Johnson gets her sideways, brings her down into the grass. Tires are smoking. Let's see, they're going to vote a caution flag. Andy is in kind of a treacherous spot.
10 laps to go.
We have 10 laps to go in this Sportsman 25 lap feature. 10 laps to go. I believe Juan Manfredo shows him the line, and it's going to be a go this time around. It's the green flag. And go they do, side by side. Davey Nascimento and Herb Wright dive into turn 3. Tom Scully right there, some contact. Michael Hassel gets brought around. Linwood Cohen, Dana Willis, Michael Hassel, he's our point leader. That's not where Michael Hassel wants to be. He got caught up in the mayhem there. I'm not sure exactly how it started, but New England, Mike's truck stop. Okay, it's Herb Wright and Dave Nascimento once again bringing him down to the green flag. It's the green flag. Herb Wright jumps out to an early lead. He gets the jump on the field. It's side by side for that second position. The 7 and the 59 for that second position. Tom Scully looks like he's got the edge. Tom Scully bringing it nice and smooth from turn 4. Gets the jump. He takes over the second position. Young Stevie Sanford looks to take over the third. We got a tangle on turn 4. Michael Hassel again. The 0-2. And Linwood Cohen. The 0-2 also involved. The 0-2 of Leroy Hudson was involved in that. Tom Scully, here we go. The 48 and the 7 brings the field down. Once again, Herb Wright gets the jump on the field. Dave Nascimento's looking to get to the front. Louis Dias and Stevie Sanford run side by side for that 4 starting spot. We got 3 wide action between the 12, the 08, and the 28. The 08 wisely backs out and gives room. The 19 gets way high into the wall, almost rolls her over, but manages to keep going. He's got some fluid coming out of it, and he's got some wrecked sheet metal, but he does manage to keep it going. I think he'll be headed to the pit area. That's the number 19 of Doug Morrow. Almost flips it, he gets the black flag. The car's not going to be safe to finish out the feature. He'll have to head to the pit area. Okay, it's Dave Nascimento gets loose coming out of turn 4. Tom Scully takes advantage, looks to the outside. Todd Henshaw faces traffic, and Elmer Wing makes heavy contact with Todd Henshaw. With the 5 of Corey Woodrow. Another point runner, and he's sitting in the turn and smoking.
Bad front end damage.
Bad front end damage on that number 5. Todd Henshaw's dropping water all over the racetrack.
Okay.
Elmer Wing.
18 laps complete, 18.
Elmer Wing made very, very heavy contact.
And I had to pull some strings for that. Fran did not want any introduction.
Here they come. It's the green flag. Side by side. 48 and 59. Side by side for that front position. Down into turn 3, they go at it, battling. Dave Nascimento takes it through the turn as hard as he can, but Herb Wright manages to hold on with a slight lead. 6 laps left, 6 laps left. Going to be 5 to go this time around. Herb Wright gets her a little bit squiggly, but Tom Scully backs out, lets him get straightened out. Oh, and the 59 of Dave Nascimento. Whoa, we got the 88. Spun around, the 08, the 42, and again, Paul Vanessa, the number 9, all spun around. It looks like Corey Bedrow might have been involved a little bit. I hope he didn't make contact, although it looks like he did. Ron Manfredo calls him down. It's the green flag. Once again, Herb Wright jumps out to the lead down into turn 1. It's a wicked battle. Chad Chase gets tangled up, and Louis Dias finds himself spun around, and Paul Vanessa once again with no place to go. He had to spin to avoid. This is my start, and off they go, and Herb Wright brings him down side by side. Dave Nascimento gets a slight edge. Dave Nascimento jumps out to the front. Curb right gets her a little squiggly. There's a little bit of brakes and some rapid tap with the bumpers, and everybody gets through. Scotty Anderson looks under the 96. They make it 3 wide, the 96 and 70. Whoa, Herb Wright finds himself facing traffic. Todd Henshaw says, hey, wait a minute here, I'm 2 laps down, I got to get around you, I can't be hitting you. And everybody gets going, and it's Dave Nascimento out with his 2 laps to go. Dave Nascimento with 2 laps to go. The battle right now is for 4th spot. Tom Scully dives underneath Johnny Dulac and takes it over. 1 lap to go for Dave Nascimento in the Levex Tree Service number 59. Dave Nascimento with a half a lap left takes it down the backstretch. And yes, folks, it's going to be Dave and Nascimento in the number 59 out of Swansea, Mass. Sponsored by Len Ellis Race Cars, Manchester Racing Engines, and Manchester and J-Zack's Gym. In for second is Mike Sylvia, Tom Scully in third, and unofficially, like October 10th.
Where's Nascimento's car? Dave Nascimento from Swansea. The winner. Hard fought. Sportsman feature.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Get closer. As he wins.
Hey, hey, hey! Hey, Dave, look at the video camera, huh, Davey?
Hold it, hold it.
Okay.
Where's the sign in the back? Where's the speedy sign that goes in the back?
Johnny, what do I,
Smile, hey! Hey, smile, Dave, come on, man. Here we go. Yes, sir.
Just won the feature. Where are you
That's
going?
it. Hey, Davey.
I gotta focus myself, hold it. One alone? One alone?
Somebody take the picture.
Come on, Dave, you gotta smile, dude. You gotta get used to that. Get the crew in here. We gotta get one with his wife. Okay, Johnny?
Come on, guys. Don't tell me he got the win.
I love it. All right. Okay, all the boys in the front. Get on your knees a little bit. Yeah, come on.
Hey, John,
Hey, Dave, come
give me a break, will you?
I can't believe it. Still can't believe it.
Come on.
Wait a minute.
We all set?
We all set here. Johnny, we all set?
These two. Go there, please, now.
Come on! You're rude all the time. Come on, you're not
Get in there, will you?
Let's go.
Why did he go there?
Alone?
Yeah.
All right, gang. Break it up. Let's go. We got your gang already.
All right.
If you happen to have one of those city posters on your Cisco app, we won't tell anybody.
Jump!
Back down and make it out. You have a fabulous ride.
Johnny, where are you?
Johnny, I need to take a picture of this girl with the checkered flag, okay?
Father and son. Father and son, Johnny. Big smile, come on, Dave. Yes, sir. All right.
Yes.
Big smile, here we go.
Three now.
Look,
Three.
to take a picture with her, they need it for the Powder Puff Derby.
Okay, now.
Wait a minute.
How's that?
We gotta get one with the trophy girl. Trophy girl in there, yep. Here we go. One more.
Let's go, Johnny.
Good, Rog. Take this. Johnny!
Johnny!
Get it right now.
Come on,
Johnny
Johnny!
girl.
Hurry up!
Come on, John, you hold up the show. Unbelievable.
Thank you. Okay, now.
Seekonk Speedway oil change. That's this speed.
Get George now. Wait for George. Hey, George, right here, buddy. Here we go. I can sit up there with you now.
I wonder if he's got good nipples right now. Just look at him.
Of Norm Holden.
And you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Absolutely marvelous, Ron. You can start October the 10th. It's hot laps time. As Trippy makes it back into the back of the packet, let's see what's going to happen right now as the green is out and the speedy number 64 takes the lead. George Rigo. Speedy sponsor number 64. Whoa! Somebody backed into it. And we got a jam up out in the back end. We got a lot of them sideways. He winds. He greens. We're racing. Rigo off to a very, very solid start. As Ray Lee did not get off well, now he gets it picked up and moves back up in. Ray had to drop right out of line, but he gathered himself up and moved forward again. Rick Hanito up around the outside of Rigo, pushing hard to close the door. Hanito and Rigo, a little smoke, as the zero of Dion is out of action. The zero is out of action and heading for the pits. We have a side-by-side for the lead, with George Rigo in the 64, Rick Hanito in the 24. Norm Holden just waiting it out. Rigo gathering momentum. know if it, I believe it was all from the number 1. Maybe he just looking for it right now. It comes to the line. Rigo again called upon. He's down on it. He jumps it and goes as Rayleigh again has problems. Rayleigh again having problems getting started. And this time he couldn't get it squared away, couldn't gather it up, and ends up in the infield. And Norm Holden powers his way by Rigo and takes over the lead. As Rayleigh comes out onto the track in front of the leaders. He gets waved out. Norm Holden powering his way through as the 6 appears to be hooked up. Number 11 second and goes after Holden. Tommy Tripp gets by Textari. Hold on to that 80 for the 04 as the 04 into the infield. 5 to go. Will there be time for him to give it a race? We got a call for something. Ambulance to the infield. Ambulance to the infield. Ambulance to the infield. Ambulance to the infield.
Who was it?
Wally.
Wally.
Man.
Make sure you keep me informed.
We'll try to anniversary. I can be noble. Let's see what's gonna happen. There's two of the best right now. Dom pulls them. Dom pulled them very, very strong. Got the advantage. It's Holden. With 2 laps to go, coming out.
I think he's gonna do it.
It's Holden. Trying to build up momentum, trying to get down the inside. Holden's going to go in very deep into the corner and keeps him out with the white flag. They're coming around. Tom Holden still has him into the first turn. Holden still has him. He's keeping tight down the outside. Anarumo is going to try the outside. Holden keeps down and tight across the line. Let's see what happens. Right down to it, and Holden wins it. Holden wins it. What's the shield? And the car totally demolished. He finally wins the last Saturday night of the year. I'll tell you, there's a lot of happy people.
Well, Ron, you went on the next 6 times. 3 of them have just 2 records to get you out. This time here, you came on the
No, the flag.
Sponsored by Home Service Canada, Dewey, back to Brown, back to Tim, Jack Navy, Kid, Harrison Auto Body, Sullivan Law Office.
White here.
Number 6
Come on, big crew, let's go. All right, where's his wife?
Guys deserve that one.
Oh, let me get his wife first. Let's go.
He had everything happen.
Hey, where you at, Mike?
Hard, too. You still got it in. Pick through. Let's go, pick through.
All right. I told you that right along.
Go ahead. You go down. Pick through. Let's go.
You want to pick?
Okay.
All right, Skinny.
Wow, I almost went right in front of the camera.
Come on, gang, let's go.
First three-stock feature. And we're all Standish Motors. In the second position is the number 78 of Gene Potter on Candy Mask. Chanting his candy supplies and WD's Pete Pubs on the sponsor of Dollar.
Gotta get one with the sponsor. The
Guy with the sponsor is the number 80 of Guy Wilson. In third position, he's sponsored by
Hey John, he puts a lot of money into that car.
Okay, what do you think?
Service Auto Body, Quaker.
Okay.
Starting in the fourth position is going to be the number 85 of Tom Schultz on the sponsor of
John, you want to get a smile, will you? Smile on it! The end of the wheel.
13 of Michael Pope. Okay, it's Ed Plant. Ed Plant brings them down. It's the green flag for the first three-stock feature, and off they go. Gene Carter gives in, and it's the number 05 of Ed Plant takes the lead. The number 80 of Guy Workman is looking to take over the second position. He dives underneath the 78. It's a side-by-side battle for that second position. And we have the 102 and another one automobile out of, let's see, I can't read the number from here. They're on turn 3. They're able to get out of the way, and everybody's able to keep going. It's still the 05 and the 80 of Guy Workman.
That's my street name, sir.
82 slots on the spins her around in turn 4. He's going to be able to get her going as the 05 still leads. 119 of Dean Petty's looking under the 78. For the fourth position, it's a side-by-side battle for the fourth position. Dean Petty jumps out the fourth. The 05, the 80, the 4, and the 119 of Dean Petty round out your top 4. They're going to make it 3 wide. Oh, they changed their mind, make it 2 wide for that 5th position. The 45 and the 85 are battling it out for that 5th position. Right in there is the 68 of Roger Titus. Titus looking to the bottom, but wisely backed out. It's still 2 by 2 for that 5th position as Guy Workman takes the lead. Number 4 looking to follow suit. He dives underneath the 05 and takes over second. Dean Petty follows suit and takes over third. We now have the 80 of Guy Workman out front. The 68 of Dave Titus is working his way from the 7th spot all the way up to 5th, and Ed Plant gets us sideways. Everybody is 44 plows in heavily. He didn't have time to get his automobile slowed down. Low pace.
But there's no...
And they're going to get under power after the line, and it's the green flag.
No unicorns.
Guy Workman jumps out half a mile length down into the turn 1.
2 by 2s and no unicorns.
Oh, Dean Petty makes it 3 wide going into 3.
And he doesn't.
Dean Petty is going to pull it off. He takes the lead for us. Excellent, excellent run by Dean Petty. Roger Titus follows suit, takes over that second position. Guy Workman gets shuffled back to 4th. The number 4, Robert Kohler, looked to be in for a fine run, but he's dropped off the pace. There's something sparked underneath the automobile. He must have a flat left front. I believe that's the case. Robert Kohler has a flat left front.
Yeah, shred the tire.
The tire's totally shred. He's going to have to head to the infield. It's all over for Mr. Kohler. Too bad he was putting in a real fine run. It's Dean Petty, Roger Titus, and the 45 of Estrella tangle. Estrella comes out on top. The 85 runs out of room, pulls almost a 360, and the 53 makes slight contact. That's the 53 and the 85. The 85 of Tom Schultz flag. 68 of Roger Titus jumps out to the lead. Dean Petty right in there for the win. He wants to get to the front. Scott Estrella in the 45 looking to take over second. It's a side-by-side battle for the number 2nd spot. Dean Petty gets shifted back and Glenn Young slides under. Scott Estrella working over the rear bumper of Mr. Titus in the 68. That's the 68 and the 45. A little bit of contact between the 62 and the 40 in the back, but they managed to keep it going. Mr. Estrella looking to the outside of the 68. He's going to bring it down alongside of him in turn 1. He's going for the lead. That's the 45 of Scott Estrella. Mike Bowler looking to take over the third position. Goes to go under the 99, who wisely backs out as the 99 shuts the door. It's a side-by-side battle for the win. Side-by-side down the backstretch, the 68 and the 45. 2 laps to go. It's anybody's race with 2 laps to go. It's still side-by-side. 68 gets a little bit sideways coming out of turn 4, but dives her in deep into turn 1. Still a side-by-side battle. We got the 113. And a caution is going to have to be displayed as the 113 is in a very dangerous position. The leaders split and make it by. Everybody else follows suit and manages to make it by the 113. The 68 brings him down. It's the green flag. The 68 gets a slight jump. Again, it's a side-by-side battle down into turn 1. It can be anybody's race, folks. The 68, the 45 are out front, side-by-side. 1 lap to go. Titus gets a little loose coming out of 4, but keeps him down out of harm's way. Still side-by-side. Glenn Young looks to the bottom, looks to make it 3 wide, but gets loose. Mike Bowen looks to the outside of the 68. The 45 of Scott Estrella takes over the lead, and it is going to be Scott Estrella taking down the win. Scott Estrella starting in the 16th starting spot out of Rehoboth, Mass.
JB Transmissions and Junior's Auto Supply of Mansfield. We'll be talking to, giving you a chance to see Scott at the end of this next race. Scott Fanning from Smithfield, Rhode Island will be on the outside pole in car number 98, the R&R Forms automobile. Next in line is going to be Keith Moreau from the South Attleboro area, car number 38, TCI Press, TD Sports Bar, and Lady Fingers by Missy. Tim Fanara from Riverside, Rhode Island, car number 15, Rumford Disc. And distance of 15 laps, looking for the green flag, and yes, we got it. As Larry Olney grabs the green. Keith Moreau moves in underneath Scott Fanning. Keith Moreau in that orange number 38 automobile. Richard Wisher in that 29 has moved very quickly up into third spot. Very competitive automobile. Back out onto the track again, we keep on running. Steve Blades, who was starting in 7th position, lost it all. Larry Olney continuing to roll with Keith Moreau in 2nd spot. Richard Wisher is 3rd. Richard in that 29 car as they make it 3 deep in the turns. Wisher tries down the inside. Wisher trying to get under Keith Monroe. Wisher gets Keith Monroe to the outside. Wisher down the inside and takes over. Look out, Billy Manchester way out wide. Almost touched the wall. As, hold on, the 24 back in the track again. And we're still running. Here's Larry Olney. And we got a jam up with Jeff Waterman. And, a hard hit. A double hard hit. A double hard hit on the 09, Tim Nesbitt, and he gets hit. He hit very, very hard into the wall. He's
5 laps.
We got 5 laps. He's moving around. Mother Nature did us in for the month of September, but we, well, here we are at the last of September, still running. And Larry Olney has still got the lead, but not for long as Richard Wisher has got other ideas on it with that 29, but he couldn't get it down in there. Look at the number 8 sliding down in. That's Eddie Gannon in that number 8. He gets under Wisher. Eddie Gannon, who's handling down on the inside like he's on rails. He's underneath Olney. Olney is a little bit side saddle coming out of that turn, and he rides on the side. Look out, we got a couple together down here on the turn, the number 7, and I don't know who the other one is.
18.
Kara Torman.
18.
And the number 7 and Kara Torman. We got Tony Osluski and Kara Torman tangled up. inside row. Wisher is going down the inside. Look at this in the backstretch. Wisher is going to squeeze in there. No, he has to get out of it, and look out. Manchester ended up backwards. Larry only goes coming around. And Eddie Gannon. With Wisher on the outside. Gannon, remember, likes that inside row. Gannon likes that inside row as he's got that number 8 right down into the turns tight. Wisher has lost it going into the turn. Wisher loses it and he gets nailed. And at the same time he takes the tire off the 11. On the 11.
I gave you $4.
And the green is out again. Jimmy Lawrence in that 81 automobile. Jimmy and Gannon are going at it. Dave Radcliffe in the yellow and blue. Number 84 has the lead, and he's going to try to stretch it out as Gannon, who's way down inside with 5 laps to go. Gannon really driving that inside track. It's the short way around. Radcliffe driving a big oval. Basically, Radcliffe is driving the same oval that Norm Holden was as the 7, and who was that, Wisher? Richard is having problems keeping that 29 going straight ahead tonight. Now Gannon is right behind Radcliffe. Gannon came down a little too hard and loses it, coming out of the turn a bit. Gathers it back up. It'll take a minute to cool that tire down. Rotundo and that number 1 is moved into a competitive spot. Each is second place. Huh? 2 laps remain. That will give me point stands. Radcliffe comes around again. As Radcliffe keeping ahead of Gannon. Radcliffe stays ahead of Gannon. White flag coming out. Radcliffe not giving an inch. Half a lap to go for Dave Radcliffe. Out of the turn, it's the number 84 of Dave Radcliffe is your winner from Warren, Rhode Island. Cutler Construction, Jack Salvage, Steve's Transmission, Shaw's Engineering, Martin Signs, and Modern Grinding Techniques. And he will join Mr. Scott. Most exciting night for our final Saturday night here at Seekonk Speedway for the season.
Come on, Charlie, show us you're happy.
Okay?
Okay. Next guy.
Hey, huh?
Next one.
Right here, come on out here.
Ron, let his crew out.
There's only one, I think.
Only one? And nobody wants to come out? That's it?
That's it. Here comes the rest of the crew. Hold the field.
Wait a minute, come on, go. See a camera.
Let's go. Turn around.
Hurry up, look at the camera.
Hey, there's some of the car on this side. Come over here. Let's move down.
No, the guys behind you, they're all down this side. Hurry up.
Shorty, can I get you autograph? You fucking old boy.
Huh?
Shorty was that?
It's a cool car.
Yeah, see her up there?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what do you like, the race or not, later or now? Oh, smile!
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Hey, you want to take a picture with you too?
One alone.
Okay.
Come on, gang, hurry up, let's go.
Let's go.
Get right over here, Peter. Come over here. Stand right next to the side.
Here, come and lean against this, nice and warm.
I'll show you one already.
We're going to take a flag here, all right? You're going to have a picture when you're done there, John.
All set?
You're going to have a picture when you're done. You want a big hand picture.